Sup everyone. Now, I don't make drama videos very often. I don't know, it's just considered drama. But depending on what I titled this video and how I decided to approach this, very few people might get access to this video because YouTube likely just won't promote it. But it's actually a very interesting scenario that we have found ourselves in because after this incident, I am now fully convinced. I mean, I was very convinced before, but after this incident, I am fully convinced that there is no way in hell Hoyoverse is actually seriously trying to combat leaks. There's just no way. There is no way. You can no way in a million years convince me that as the way they are right now, they are serious when they say we are combating leaks. We're trying to prevent leaks. It's just no way. Because I myself may not look at leaks, but I have plenty of viewers who do, and I have an inner circle of viewers who I trust will not spoil me, but also feed me what's going on. So for example, right? Currently, they're telling me that Fontaine leaks are just running a rampant on Twitter. It's just absolutely crazy right now. But they won't really show me the details of the leaks. They're just telling me who got leaked, and that's what happens, right? So now I know, don't go on Twitter, or at least don't go on Twitter for the next little while until things calm down. I have a lot of YouTube channels that I've kind of hidden away from my recommendation feed because they shared leaks. So I haven't really been leaked when it comes to what's going on, but a ton of people likely already knows what the Fontaine is going to be like, at least what the character looks like. That's what I heard, right? The character models were leaked. I mean, so what? When it comes to how people look, I mean, it matters to a certain degree, but let's just be honest, for the vast majority of Genshin Impact characters, they all look pretty spectacular. I don't think Hoyoverse is going to come out making some god-awful looking characters. They're all going to look amazing. But this kind of just gives people a head start when it comes to, pick and choose which character they want. The focus of this video is how on earth did it get this frickin' bad? I mean, look, I am not one to shy away when it comes to giving criticism when it comes to Hoyoverse's security. But apparently, there's much more to these leaks than we have meets the eye. So, according to my informant, or I'm gonna call my little seals, I think I would just call them my little seals, right? Kind of a little nod and omen to, I believe it was Varys from Game of Thrones, who called them his little birds. I'm gonna call these my informants my little seals, right? According to my little seals, I have been given the intel that the leaks are so severe that there was a Twitter post that said to people who have access to these leaked images to not share them or to refrain from sharing them because it could get someone from Hoyoverse in trouble. Now, this has caused me to really think about this a little bit. Now, this information was delivered to me a couple days ago, so it took me some time to really sit down and think, what on earth is going on? Now, on the surface, you guys might think like, oh, Walrus, it's obvious, right? Somebody from inside Hoyoverse is leaking intel to trusted sources who then they tell to, hey, hold on and release this at a certain time or whatever. But that doesn't really make sense, right? Because if this person is risking their entire livelihood, because this is their livelihood, it's not as simple as just, oh, you're gonna get fired. No, you're gonna get sued, you're gonna get reprimanded, as you can face jail time. Likely you're not gonna be able to ever work again in this industry, right? Hoyoverse at this point is powerful enough to just ruin your life in that way. You'll never be able to work again in this industry, and with such a rep, who would really hire you? Really? Right? At the end of the day, you're ruined. So why would this person, because it seems like there has been at least one individual, or at most several individuals, who has been feeding leaks from inside Hoyoverse outwards to people. And it seems like, all right, there's an exchange going on over here. I don't know if the higher ups are in it, or it's just people from either management, publicity, or the dev team, the game design team, whatever. But it seems like there's some corruption going on in here. Wow, who would have thought? At this point, I am more interested in this whole Hoyoverse leak trilogy than I am the actual Genshin Impact lore. No, like, if you actually think about it, this is how fascinating it is. Right now, we're at the point where, likely at the middle story, because it's been revealed to us, there has been an insider, an informant, and my best guess is they are likely selling the intel to someone on the outside, and this someone on the outside likely agrees that they're not going to spread this leak until a certain date. And that's why the message that my little seal sent me read saying that, well, don't share this now. Like, just don't do it now, because if you do it now, you can get someone in trouble. But the fact that they have it is likely because the person from the inside maybe sold the leaks to the people on the outside, and they just had to sell it at a certain time. But the agreement has always been to not release it until a later date, so as to not make it as obvious as to who it is. Because let's say currently the only people who have access to this information are like the arts team, the 3D rendering team, then it's much easier for Hoyoverse to narrow down on exactly who it is and what sector they belong to. But once characters become more fleshed out and stuff and whatnot, everybody kind of gets to see it in the department, people start to know, it becomes a whole Hoyoverse phenomenon. It's much more difficult to narrow down exactly who it is. So maybe that's why when the person gave away the leaks, they're saying, don't release this until I give you the word, but you can have it now and I can collect my payment beforehand. You get to know, right? Whatever. However, because I don't think they're going to risk their entire career for nothing. Let's say you have a good friend, a friend you grew up with. Are you gonna risk your entire career on your friend? He's like, oh, I'm gonna give out my corporate secret to you, but you gotta give me your word that you're not gonna release it until I tell you to. No, right? It doesn't make any sense. So of course, I think there's some sort of monetary trade involved. And the leaker, I don't know what happened. Did they share it with someone else? Like, hey, I'm gonna show you something, right? Really cool. I got some Fontaine leaks, but just don't tell anyone else or don't show it, right? And then maybe they were stupid enough to send it through digitally, and then their friend was like, oh my god, and then they tell another friend and another, like, this stuff is just uncontrollable. Who knows how this stuff happens, but right now it's out of control. I don't know how much damage control Hoyoverse is doing. I am completely off of Twitter right now. I don't dare to even go onto that website. But then again, it's not the end of the world if I see what these characters look like. When I say I'm really against leaks, I'm really just combating character kits, character constellations, just everything about the character gets figured out, like the numbers, the stats, and it doesn't give me any chance to test the characters. That's what I'm personally against. I don't think it's the end of the world for me to look at these models like whatever, right? Oh wow, it's another girl with blue hair or something like that, right? It's not really that bad for me. But damn, I am very curious how Hoyoverse is dealing with the damage control and the legal implications. I'm sure there's a full wide-blown investigation right now going on at Hoyoverse headquarters. I wish right now I'm just like a freaking insect inside Hoyoverse headquarters with a camera so I can record this. This has to be one of the most fascinating things happening in the mobile gaming industry. So like Hoyoverse versus leakers. There was episode 1, episode 2, now we're on episode 3, right? It's a story that keeps getting richer and richer. It keeps giving and giving, and at this point I probably have a stupid grin on my face, and that's because I can't wait to see how this ends. Are they gonna find the person? Please, Hoyoverse, milk this for content. Tell us who it is. What happened? How did this happen? You can't just leave us in the dark like this. Somebody comment down below. Somebody who knows more about the situation, give me your theory. What do you think likely happened, right? Like I said, I think somebody was likely selling intel from inside Hoyoverse to somebody or a trusted individual on the outside that they've been kind of sharing leaks to, and they're telling them, hey, wait a minute, I'll give you a signal on when to release it to, not bring as much attention to me, right? And this individual gets to be the first one to kind of release the leaks. I don't know, or they get to then simultaneously sell the leaks, maybe a second hand to other leakers. I don't know how leaks work, but I believe there's some monetary value out of the top echelon of people who run the leak stuff. I think there is some monetary value, but people who are on the lower ranks, your third, fourth tier leakers, people who just sees it and then shares it because they think it's exciting, they don't really get much out of it. I mean, if you run a YouTube channel sharing leaks for Genshin Impact, I mean, sure, you're doing maybe great for now, but who knows, Hoyoverse might one day just come after you. Accounts terminated. So I don't know, not very safe, right? People probably cover themselves much better who are at the top because they deal with the exchange and the initial spreading. They don't deal with the exposure and publicity of it. Oh boy. But yeah, people, if you don't want to look at leaks, be very careful around nowadays. I believe it's just the models because that's what my little seals told me. I don't think like character animations, skills, and whatnot are being leaked right now. Just the models and what the characters look like. Knock yourselves out, people. Go have some fun. At this point, if Hoyoverse doesn't care, why should we, right? Just keep pouring oil on this whole situation and see how big of a dumpster fire we can have it. But yeah, that's it for today. We have Hu Tao, the ultimate trickster here. Maybe it's all a trick to generate more hype and promotion for Hoyoverse, but like, why would they want to do this, right? I think at this point, it's pretty obvious somebody has betrayed Dao Wei. Dao Wei, good luck, have fun, man. This is a great mini game for you to check out, right? Who's the imposter? I'm pretty sure you like mini games. So, till next time, urge y'all to stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye.